The playoffs begin tonight in the WIAA Level 1 in Division 1. We thank you for joining us. Tony Giordano, Dick Napinski, live from Neenah High School as the Rockets get ready to take the field against the Pere Redbirds. You don't often see back-to-back false starts on an offense, especially on a field goal attempt. Pushes the ball back to the 16-yard line. Here's the snap. Good hold. Good kick. And Pere leads 3-0 to open up this Division 1 playoff game in Level 1. 8:21 on the clock. Pere leads 3-0 on the Fast Signs High School Game of the Week. In goal from the 2. Neenah trying to punch this one through. Van Beek in shotgun with Cooper Seek right behind him. Snap. Van Beek will keep himself. Try to follow some blockers, and he's through the goal line into the end zone. Neenah's on the board with a touchdown in the second quarter. Same formation. Trips to the right side, one to the left. Shotgun formation. Woodfill, the senior, gets the snap. Back to pass once again, looking to that right side. Will throw over the middle, deep for his man, and he got him. Max Gable to the house. 20, 10, touchdown. Pere able to answer with a touchdown of their own. They take the lead in the second quarter.
Not the play that maybe Pere wanted, because you had receivers running side by side around the 50-yard line, but both of them were behind the safety. Safety froze a little bit, and that happens a lot with high school players. They freeze. Where's the ball going to be, instead of continuing to run where the receiver is to make the defensive play? Once Gable hung on to it, it was an easy cruise into the end zone.
Seek will do the returning here for Neenah, getting past the 10 and dragged down just shy of the 15. Maybe they'll give him the 15, but it's 10-7. Pere leads Neenah after an 82-yard bomb from Holden Woodfill to Max Gable.
Yeah, and that's what Neenah was worried about. The defensive secondary, as Steve Young said, they've had some problems back there from time to time this year, and simply over the top. And we mentioned that as one of the keys to the game, Pere wanting to go over the top. They did so that time.
Neenah will have to try to find an answer now of their own after they had the momentum, they had the lead.
Well, they're capable.
They certainly are. Van Beek just had his 15th rushing touchdown of the season. Shotgun formation here, will keep himself, follow some blockers to the left side. At the middle of the field, breaks through! Van Beek will go the distance on this play! Ashton Van Beek, back-to-back drives with a rushing touchdown! This one will go 85 yards, putting Neenah back on top. Fourth quarter we go, tied at 13. We'll bring it back on the Fast Signs High School Game of the Week on the score. Second and 10 for the Neenah offense. 9:27 on the clock in the fourth quarter. Neenah trying to break the 13-13 tie with this drive. Trips to the left side, pistol formation. Johnson in motion from the slot to the wideout position on the left. Snap to Van Beek, will run himself and then toss back to Seek. He fumbled the football and Pere recovers. We talk all game about mistakes in this broadcast, and Neenah cost themselves a possession and potentially a lead. Ball placed on the right hash mark, far side of the field as Pere works from our right to left. Snap to Woodfill, looking to the left side, will loft one up towards the end zone, intended for Rob. It was in the breadbasket, but he couldn't hang on. Good defense there from Matthias Charles. Snap to Woodfill, play action. Looking to the left, Rob wasn't open. He's double covered, has to roll it to the right. Now lofts it for Rob, and that is complete for the time being. Did he hang on as he went to the ground out of bounds? They're going to say a catch at the 45. What a grab. Sam Robb, one of the senior captains on this team, just voted first team offense as a wide receiver in the FRCC North. A big grab there to move the chains.
And he came all the way across the field to make that catch. He started out on the left side, dragged all the way across as Woodfill was looking for somebody to get over.
First and 10 from the 44. Snap to Woodfill, play action, looking toward the right sideline, complete to Kavanaugh across the 45, inside the 40, tackled just shy of the 35. On that right sideline towards that Pere sideline, right in front of the Redbird teammates. Big play.
Yeah, it's been a while since Kavanaugh had caught anything.
Big third down here, 3rd and 8 from the 34. Trips to the left, One wide receiver to the right side. Ball placed at the right hash mark, far side of the field. Snap to Woodfill. Back to pass, looking deep downfield. Will throw it way towards the end zone. Underthrown, but caught by Rob, who fights to the end zone for a touchdown. So it's 4th and 5 with 1:41 on the clock, and Neenah will get the ball back with 3 timeouts to go, depending on what happens on this punt.
Remember, this is Noah Vanderheiden, who has not been the regular punter. He's punted some this year.
Seek is the return man, set up at the 40. The punt is a high kick, causing some chaos. Everybody has to get out of the way. DePere thinks it hit off of Neenah. They recover the football, and the referees say it's DePere ball. Maybe that's why. Maybe it's strategy to go with Vanderheiden as the punter because he puts it so high. Everybody is there. It just creates chaos, and it did right there, hurting Neenah, giving DePere the ball at the 40. Shotgun formation. Here's the snap. Looking to the right side, and it's intercepted! Neenah picks off the pass from Woodfill with 1:04 on the clock.
Connor
Stuckel's second interception of the season. Here's the snap at 34 seconds. Van Beek back to pass. He's under pressure, has to squeak through, throws deep down the field into double coverage. It's intercepted! DePere picks off this pass. Dante Mata will take it back to the 19 and fall on the ground. Another interception in this game. 21.1 seconds and a flag. Overtime here in level 1 between Neenah and DePere. How fun has this one been? Shotgun formation. Van Beek will carry himself, will follow his blockers forward and fall into the end zone for a touchdown. Pretty simple game plan there. Van Beek, the ball carrier on every play. They score first in overtime, 26-20. Out there for the extra point is Harry Gurdon. Now again, Neenah did miss an extra point earlier in this game. Thus why the 20-20 tie. Extra point here, up and through. 27-20. And now DePere knows what they have to do. You got to get into the end zone. And DePere will have the football at the 25-yard line. Whoever loses this game, it'll be a heartbreaker. Man in motion from left to right, that's Rob. Snap to Woodfill, back to pass. Looking deep for the end zone on play number 1. It's intercepted, but a flag will fly. Intercepted by Matthias Charles. Let's see what the call is here before we make a determination on how this game could potentially end.
Set up a 1st and 10 at the 12.
27-20, the Neenah lead. DePere has the football, 1st and 10 from the 12. Trips to the left side. Rob the lone man to the right side. Shotgun formation. Woodfill with Champers right behind him in a pistol set. Here's the snap. Woodfill looking to the end zone. Will scramble up. Move up in the pocket, throw to the end zone, towards the corner for Storr, and it was intercepted out of bounds from the 11. Storr and Kundinger on the right side, Rob on the left, snap to Woodfill, looking to the end zone, lofting to the end zone, wide open for the catch is Caden Cavanaugh. His second touchdown grab of the season makes it 27-26. Storr and Kundinger on the right side, on the left side is Rob. Mata in the backfield. And it's a pitch play, complete to Cavanaugh, the tight end. He gets into the end zone for the touchdown, and DePere walks off into level 2. Upsetting Neenah in Neenah. The Rockets' season comes to a heartbreaking overtime defeat to end their campaign, and DePere moves on.
What a superb play called. Again, a little bit of a delay, let everybody come off. The push came forward. Cavanaugh came across the formation, caught it about the 2-yard line, easily slid into the end zone. Nobody watching that little inside pass.
Very rarely do you see it run at this level and then executed at this level. but it was executed to the point where De Pere walks off Neenah. 28-27, the thrilling overtime finish.